the bar that we were at the other day, the guy was like, oh, so you guys have been friends forever, right? And we're like, well, we met on Instagram. And he's like, I've never met people on Instagram, but yeah, it's legit how we met.
I mean, it's like saying you met on Tinder, right?
We came to Holbox, 2 days ago?
We took a bus and then we took a ferry. We got stuck in the middle of the road for an hour.
Right, I forgot about that. I met you first, like a year ago on Instagram. Then I met you. And ever since then, we've been talking, DMing, you know how it goes.
This is my first time meeting Jakiya.
Yeah.
It's my first time meeting Jakiya too.
Yeah.
I thought you said you met her a year ago.
On IG.
On Instagram.
He's obsessed with these letters. Like, beyond.
I'm going to show you what these letters look like, and I can look at them from my room. So, isn't that like...
I mean, the letters attract a bunch of basics.
You know, on Instagram, you feel like you know someone, but when you see them, for me, it's either like, okay, I really like this person, or like, next. So you guys were like, yeah.
So we didn't get nexted?
No.
Oh, thanks.
I mean, I've had experiences for real in which we're not naming names, but I've really had experiences in which I've met someone and they have been nothing like they were in person. I was like, this is such a disappointment, because I mean, it's cool if your online branding is good, but it can't be that good that it like so much.
It's like so fake.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a Travel O.D. isn't like how she is online.
Explain.
I'm just saying, I'm not allowed to tell.
Agree.
Wait, that's making me sound bad.
But in a good way. Yeah.
Please explain, because now it sounds like I am fake.
No. You're just like very business online.
You're not fake,
very,
straight up to
like,
my face.
Do what you love. I'm a vlogger, entrepreneurship, blah, blah, blah.
And then?
But in real life, she got all the juice.
She has the tea, and she's super fun. Like, I love going out with you and like dancing and having a good time. But what is true is like, she is like on her grind. Like, it's not just like for the gram, like, oh, I'm grinding, doing my stuff. Like, I admire that about you.
But I mean, we have to have a little bit of a little bit of filter online.
I mean,
not them.
That's not really
not her.
Brand. I talk about topics that are difficult to talk about online. And when topics are difficult to talk about, people have disagreeing opinions. But sometimes their opinions are just wrong or racist.
Okay.
So you just have to let them know. It's a learning moment for everyone, right?
The taxi cabs here are little gold cards, like this one. And the methods of transportation around here are, but we walk. Mostly because I don't know how to ride a bike, so I think they wanted to ride.
Is this y'all's friend? No. Okay.
Here in Shanghai.
And for example, in my case, I always talk about, vlogging, traveling, entrepreneurship, and I will not address like what's going on in the world or politics or race or things like that, just because it's not part of my brand. You know what I mean?
Okay, so yeah, I definitely talk about race. Like, it's hard not to for me, I guess. But yeah, like, so in that aspect, I do have a strong opinion. Like, people know what side I'm on.
Yeah, whereas I have a filter where I don't really discuss how I make my money or how much money I make or
that is a good point.
where I am in the world when I'm at it.
Right.
So
yeah, that is a good point.
it's important that whatever you're going to disclose online, you need to be okay with the public having an opinion about it.
Right.
So maybe you are not comfortable with the public having an opinion about your love life.
Right.
Whereas I am uncomfortable with people having an opinion about what I do for my profession.
There we go.
Right.
So it's all a matter of choosing whatever you want to talk about, focusing on that, and then going for it.
I'm always that is cute.
It's also a thing that what you put out there is what you attract.
Yeah.
So, right? So if you are going to be talking about all those things, she gets DMs all the time that say like, girl, last night I had this guy, and I'm like, wait, why is she messaging something like that?
But it's like a space where people can talk, like maybe they can't talk to their friends. And they feel comfortable talking to you.
Right, because she talks about that. So then they go to her because that is what she talks about. And then they come to me and ask me like about vlogging, about like how do you make money?
Yeah.
Because that's what I talk about. So it's cool that you literally control what kind of people are going to follow you, what you put out there, and what attracts.
And for me, like, I mean, I just started like traveling and posting, and then I started like putting out positive vibes and like trying to give people good spirits and energy. And I get like crazy DMs about like how people have like been inspired like through the death of their mom and stuff like that. I was like, what? Like, I literally will be in tears from people being like, just watching your life like has changed my life, which I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's inspirational to you that you're inspiring others.
Exactly. That's what keeps me going every day, honestly.
Are you ready for this? Guys, the letters. Here they are. We are excited not only to be here, but to be here around the letters. We just noticed too that the three of us, have travel in our usernames. However, it's so different. Like, right, the Traveling Fro, it's the Travel O.D. As in overdose in travel. That camera was really close to my camera. I just had to let you all guys know that if I looked like I was panicking, I was. And then Kiona, how not to travel like a basic bitch, which is the most controversial name out of the three. The only controversial name. Tell us about your controversial name.
I mean, you have slang, and then I have like fro, which people don't understand. So we all have a little bit of like explaining to do.
Some flavor.
So explain.
Explain.
Well, my name was a joke, and it was supposed to be sarcastic, which is actually very descriptive of my personality and what I put online.
Yeah, totally.
However, it is opinionated, so it does get a lot of negative feedback, but also lots of positive feedback. Well, people just follow me off of this really long ass name.
Yeah.
Right? Didn't you?
Yes. I have to say that I was like scrolling, and then I saw this person on someone's comments like saying, you know, the kind of stuff that she says. You have to follow her to know. And I was like, oh, this name is kind of funny. And then her captions are super funny and very real. So that is how I started following her. So yes, the name, it's what caught my attention.
Yeah.
Before I came, I was gonna ask her. I was like,
You already know. It's like, for me, like, it might be misleading to some people, but when you like dig deeper, you smart girl.
oh, thanks.
Well, the girl has 700,000 degrees.
Just
degrees
four.
on degrees.
Just 4, casually. So, I mean, if you really dig into her stuff, she is an educated person with some strong opinions and a little bit of controversial seasoning on top of it.
A little poppy on top of it.
Salt Bay.
Yeah. And then her on the other brand, I was going to talk.
On the other brand.
Yeah, I was going to talk about how your brand is like so aesthetically stunning.
Yeah,
and
thank
you know,
you.
and like you probably found her because you saw a stunning photo, and then that is what captured your attention, and then you started seeing that she has a lot more to say and to teach and inspire people about. You know what I mean? But in your case, I think your aesthetic is what captures people.
Totally. Sometimes I'll be wanting to post a photo, but like doesn't really match with my feed. But I don't care enough. But then I go to Traveling Fro's feed, and I'm like, how does she stick to her aesthetic so well?
Yeah.
I also forgot my toothbrush, and she provided me with one, but no toothpaste.
Wait, is this someone's house?
I think so.
My mom would be like, get off my porch. Okay.
I need a basura.
So what I think is cool is that we have completely different brands. They are all about travel. However, we touch on completely different topics. We have different approaches, and we do different things, which is what's important when you're creating a brand online. Even if you pick a general topic, really choose your style and your niche, make it your own, and then freaking own it. If you have your identity down as a person, you should be able to translate it into social media, and I think that's when the magic happens. Am I right?
Yes.
Or if you are inspired by somebody, give them credit.
Yeah.
Like, I used to write these with really long captions and not have any spaces in between them. And guess who has spaces in between them and uses emojis? And guess what? I read all of it. Yeah. So I started using emojis in my caption, and it really, really helps. But I was like, oh, it's a Travel O.D. taught me.
She did.
Blah, blah, blah. So it's cool.
And you do it in your own way.
Yeah, for sure. But I just think that just give credit where credit's due. I think we all inspire each other, and it's easy to be inspired. But
yeah, because there's only so much you can do. So of course you're going to pick and choose, but put a twist on it, make your own, collaborate, shout each other out, like just generally show love.
Yeah, absolutely.
Support each other.
People are looking at us crazy, but I'm used to that. Are you guys used to that? Is this your first time?
I'm so used to it.
No, not what I do.
So, I mean, let's go eat, let's go have fun. And you guys, if you like this video, I will be putting out a lot more stuff like this on here on my new YouTube channel. Woo! So please,
we love it. Follow her, subscribe, all of that.
All of that. I'm going to do that now.
You haven't done it?
You're not on YouTube yet.
But this will be, and then you can support me, like, subscribe. Ciao. Thanks.
I couldn't